Hi, I'm Lindsay, and this discussion is about why the law still matters. And I wanted to do this particular subject in the form of a discussion rather than a lesson because it is very dense and controversial. So, in order to simplify things, I'm just going to give two scriptures and one reasoning as to why the law does still matter. And I welcome all constructive comments, whether in the positive or the negative. First up is Matthew chapter 5, verses 17 through 19. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. This one, I believe, is pretty self-explanatory. It is coming straight from the mouth of Christ, whom most people use as the justification for why we no longer need to pay any attention to the law. But he says himself that he did not come to destroy it, but to fulfill it. Next up is Acts chapter 18, verses 18 through 21. And Paul, after this, tarried there yet a good while, and then took his leave of the brethren, and sailed thence into Syria, and with him Priscilla and Aquila, having shorn his head in Cenchrea, for he had a vow. And he came to Ephesus, and left them there, but he himself entered into the synagogue, and reasoned with the Jews. When they desired him to tarry longer with them, he consented not, but bade them farewell, saying, I must by all means keep this feast that cometh in Jerusalem, but I will return again unto you, if God will. And he sailed from Ephesus. So here we have Paul, an apostle of Christ, who is by all means a zealot, as well as a man of reason, insomuch that the Jews desired to have him stay with them to reason with them longer. But he refused, saying that he must go up to Jerusalem to keep the feast. And this is one of the annual feasts of Yahweh mentioned in the law, the same law that is being argued that we no longer need to observe. But this is after his conversion to Christianity, and through all of his reason, he is still keeping these commandments. So imagine that you are a woman and that God, Yahweh, is your husband. And he tells you, honey, I really love you, and I want to make our anniversary and the anniversary of the day that we met special. So I would really like to have a steak dinner with risotto and collard greens. So you tell him, okay, sweetie, I can do that. But the first anniversary of your wedding rolls around, and you find out that you are a horrible cook. You burn the steak and the risotto, and the greens are horribly overcooked and bitter, and everything is just all wrong. And then the anniversary of the day the two of you met rolls around, and you fail again. You make no improvement whatsoever. So your patient, loving husband says, well, I have an idea. My mother used to cook steak dinners for my father all the time, and she is very good at it. I used to have the opportunity to taste them. So why don't I fly her in from abroad and have her show you how to do this so that you can get it right. So on your following wedding anniversary, your mother-in-law comes in to show you exactly how to prepare this meal. She essentially does it for you, but she instructs you along the way and makes sure that you understand how to do it. She tells your husband that you basically prepared the entire meal, and he is greatly pleased and impressed, and he is so happy that you have learned how to do this. Unfortunately, your mother in law cannot stay with you because she is actually a missionary abroad. She has work to do, so she must return to her station, but she is available for phone calls at any time. However, the anniversary of the day you and your husband met rolls around again, but this time you don't do anything. You prepare him nothing. So he asks you, honey, what happened? I thought that you were going to prepare my favorite meal for our anniversary. And you say, well, I thought that you didn't want that anymore. I didn't need to do it. Your mother made you that meal, remember? And so you refuse to make him this meal because you tell him it has already been made. And you do so for the remainder of your anniversaries over and over and over again. So those are the first 3 points for our discussion on why the law still matters. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to share your thoughts in the comments.